Hi, Marilyn again here. This is my second video, and I'm going to take you on a tour of my completed junk journal made with an old book. And what I did was, this is the cover, and of course the old book, I took all the pages out, and I reused some of the pages in this book, not to waste everything in a book. So let's begin. This is the inside cover. Now this is really chunky. I think in retrospect, I actually made this too chunky. It was really getting harder to work on as I went. So next time I make another one, I won't make it quite as chunky. So this is the inside. This is just some old vintage journal papers that I've overpainted. I love music sheets, watercolors. This was a portrait I did. I tried to get her to look like my youngest granddaughter, but I don't think I quite made it. This was a sketch I did. Again, some old vintage paper. I found in the spine, I had to reinforce the insides of this a lot with some tape, washi tape, or in some cases, masking tape. Just a lot of ephemera. Painted papers. I like to paint my own papers. I love slow stitching included, bits and pieces, and I'm not afraid to use some masking tape either in it when it needs it. Next page. This is just a pocket with some old crochet. I love to collect old crochet scraps and fabric scraps. This is some organza piece here I put over it. This is a sketch of mine. And again, you'll see a lot of this inside just to reinforce this binding here. Like I said, it's a little too chunky. Some coffee stain papers, stickers, anything goes with me to include in these books. This was a sketch of mine. I think it kind of went south, but I'm using it anyway. Some Tim Holtz tissue papers, old stamps I love to use. I'm also not afraid to staple in this. I have that tiny staple, and some things just won't stay down, so I'm not afraid to staple over it. This is an image I downloaded from ArtWhimsyArt from Etsy. Again, I am going to start referencing some of these places that I get, and I will do that in the description here. This is just some coffee dyed cheesecloth. Another image from Art House Whimsy. Some watercolors. I use deli paper a lot too with watercolor. I love the transparency of it. This is a sketch, stickers, some more fabric with some slow stitching. This was black and white. I love black and white, and then to add some red to it. Again, this is some of this material I had to use for the binding, for the pages. This is another spread in here. Some poppies I watercolored. This I tipped in here, this book. I had some loose pages from some old art journals, and I took them out and I kind of tipped them in this. So again, you know, I had to staple it in. And this created a pocket here. I put some beading with some cheesecloth, a sketch of mine. This is, I purchased Roben-Marie-Smith. Her book on Amazon has beautiful botanical cutout flowers. You have to fussy cut, but I enjoyed doing that. And I used her flower here. And again, I'll reference that. I love old photos. I usually get my old photos from Etsy, or Tim Holtz has wonderful ones. This was a spread I did with, I believe it was Collage Soup on Instagram. She offered these images of moon faces, so I did this with those. Again, this is a tip-in. I inserted in here. Yes, I was pretty once, I guess. Just some more painted papers, old photos. And I love the pages in these junk journals to be different sizes. They're just fun. This was an old photo. I believe this was a Tim Holtz. It happened to be the 4th of July I did this book, so I just thought that appropriate. Some more stamps. I love words or quotes, and I usually get my words and quotes from Tim Holtz. Dina Wakley has some wonderful quotes, collage paper quotes. Again, some more vintage images, moon face stamp. And I did this with some distress ink to make it look more vintagey. Some painted papers. These I can't take credit for. Roben-Marie-Smith does some wonderful painted paper. In fact, she has a collage sheet book on her, it's like an ebook on her site, and I did print out a couple of those. I love her work, so I included that. This was just a fabric piece I wanted to include in here with some slow stitching. I love this little photo. This was, I honestly forgot where I got this, but I love that photo, Mementos of Lives Lived. It's another little crochet patch. This was a digital image, and again, I'll reference these. More crochet. Now, this is where the book was really getting difficult to work on. You can see the curve here, so I really had to improvise. This is a tip-in with, and I stapled it in. I love to use some vintage ledger paper. This is another tip-in, again, stapled. And this I really didn't do much with. As you can see, I got the old ledger paper, but it's just it was so hard to try to work on. This was just some inks, liquid inks I was playing around with. Another tip-in page. Stapled. Another tip-in, stapled. This is a fabric image I got off of Etsy. There's one back here too. This was one of my own images. I guess I lost her. And that's it. And this is the back. I needed a rubber band to hold this tight, but this is the back cover and this is the front cover. So I hope you enjoyed this. And again, I will reference in the description some of the sites that I get my images from. Thanks for visiting. I appreciate it. Bye now.